Alright, let's come over here on this side. We're turning the bench light up there. Rainy and dull outside here today, not much light through the windows. Now you can see around the top here. Now, nice, that looks nice and flat. I can see one little shiny spot right here. See that? See how it catches that? It's right there in front of my finger. It catches that little shiny spot when I come across there. There it was. There it is, right there. That's a little low spot. I'll sand it a little bit more. Probably had a little speck of dust in it. A little low spot, or that a little low spot from the orange peel. I am sanding along this back edge and along this back lip. I will sand between right here. I'll sand on this side. I'll sand this side. These are all exposed. I will not sand and buff up here. This is all covered in here. This is all has hardware bolted back on it. This bottom piece, we'll get back to this. I'll sand the sides on this, in the back, both sides in the back. I will not sand here in the front. Again, this is all covered. Once we're done sanding, we'll buff. We're machine sanding this. Hutchins Fine Orbit DA sander with a stick-on 1000 grit 3M disc on it. Plastic disc, I prefer those. They wear very well. This one's probably worn down since I've started. It's probably right around to a 2000 grit. It does a nice job. You can see the ultra-fine pattern that it creates. And then we'll go ahead and I'll use a soft block on this. I'm going to use some 2000 on it. Sheet 2000 here. We'll use some of that. I've got some sheets here I used before. A lot of times when I'm using sanding this kind of item, I like to use some worn sheets on it so we don't cut too fast. Try not to cut right down in these corners. It's very hard to sand those out. So I will sand the upper corners. I've already done these across the back here. The upper ones that are external curves, we'll do those, but all these internal curves, they're real hard to sand, or to buff out, I should say. So that's where we're at so far. We'll bring you back when we continue the sanding. We get her fully sanded in, and the bottom half, I'll bring you back and show you that. And then we'll get ready to start buffing. All right, bring you back. Now, I guess I'll go over a little reminder here. I do wet sand these. Not a whole lot of water. I don't put a hose on them. I just put water in a squirt bottle here. I do wash my face of my disc off. Every time I lay it down, it dries like this. I'll wash it off with water before I put it back on. I just spray a light mist on here. You can see how little I drop. No reason to run it real wet. I sand it over till my water starts to dry. At that point, I lay the sander down. I use this squeegee. It's just a 1/2 inch, 3/8 thick little piece of soft foam. I just use that as a squeegee. Squeegee off the dry stuff. I wipe it on a rag. Then I take my air hose, regular blower nozzle. I blow dry the rest of it. And then I'll take a microfiber and wipe over that. I can see like a little bit over here. See a little bit of dust still left over here. You simply wipe it all down. Takes all that dust off. And then you can get back in the light, look across it to see if you have any shiny spots. That'll tell you if you have any orange peel left, any dirt specks or anything left in it. Let the light be your friend. That's how I do it. Not saying it's right, but it's right for me. All right, bring you back when we make more progress. All right, back on the Harley Razor trunk. I didn't show any video of color sanding these. You can see here, they're flat. We block sanded all this down. All the top was all block sanded. We've already started buffing on that. First cut on it, looking pretty good. Nice and flat, straight. Doing that with this 3M machine polish. It's finesse it. I don't think this number is active anymore. I'll have to get a new number. What's out there, but that's what I'm using. The way this is left, it's the white polish. I'll finish that off with a foam pad. This one, get it up here. 06064. I don't know if that's the same number or not. It's a number 2 machine polish, Perfected series. Like I said, this is in a Perfected or Finesse series. Finesse machine polish. Actually, just the white polish. This one is gray. Use the big buffer, the wool pad, small air buffer, small pad to get into tight areas. So yeah, looking pretty good with it. Coming out nice. The first cut on the top, I have to do the sides on the first cut yet. Then I'll come back and I'll put a nice hard buff, high speed, out of heat on my second cut with the wool pad here. Then we'll be ready for the wool pad, or the foam pad I should say. So I'll bring you back. We continue. You can see the flatness on the back panel down here. I can see where we sanded. The camera's going to pick it up. Kind of see the line of it here. We haven't buffed out yet. So that's where we're at with it. I'll bring you back when we make more progress. I'll show you different lusters of the cut. Bring you back with the progress. Okay, we're all done with all the buffing now. I used some of my other compound too. Tried it out again. Worked okay. Summit 22983. Just a good white compound. It's supposed to be like the 3M1, 3M white product on a wool pad. It has a little more, what do I want to say, oil in it. Makes it go farther so it doesn't dry out so quickly. I don't think it cuts as fast as the 3M product, so that's the trade-off. My rag and wipe here again, show you what we got. I keep getting dirt all over this thing. Been dusty around here today. Okay. You can see now our finish. Now so we get a nice reflection across there. Very good finish. Happy with it. Now down the sides here is all the same way. All the way across the back. Same way. If I get out of the way of the light. Specks of dust on it. Everything shows up on white. All the way down this side's all the same. Now do the quick flip over here before we do reassembly. Show you what it's like when you mask off. It's why you mask off. On the edges. No paint on the inside. Same on the bottom. I've already flipped it over here. No paint on the inside. Mask off all the holes and everything too. Gives a nice clean edge. Where the overlap is black will seal against the rubber. Comes out very nice. Your finished look. So that's where we're at after the buff. Cut and buff on it. Come out very nice, very slick. Look great on the bike. Just had a bunch of Corvettes going by my house blowing the horn. Shop at home. A lot of the cars in the area will go by, blow their horns. It's okay, there you have it. I'm probably going to skin just this top with the foam pad. The gray 3M. Not a whole lot left in there. I may use some of the gray Summit on it since I have some of that left. That's Summit SM-22-443 power buffing glaze. It's like the white 3M or white Summit also. It has that little more of an oily factor to it, so it doesn't dry out as fast. 3M product seems to be just a water base. It dries out a little faster, but like I said, I think the 3M cuts a little quicker. So that's your trade-off. Depends on which way you like the polish. They both work good. Like I said, this is polished with the Summit. That's very nice. So, all right, bring you back so we make more progress.